Sagittarius, how are you guys? What's up? This is Born Without Boundaries. I am Michelle. Welcome to my channel. Please do click subscribe and ring that bell so you know when I go live. Be sure to click all notification bells, not just some, because then it gets really wonky and crazy, but I don't really know what's happening with the bell. Please just ring it. just select it and subscribe to the channel and support the channel's growth. Thank you so much for all of you Sagittarius for always tuning in and leaving your comments. Your comments fucking kill me. They crack me up all the time. The Sagittarian comments are so freaking hilarious. And I keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. So this is your week ahead reading for the week of September 8th through the 16th. Happy middle of September. We're headed there. And we also have a full moon in Pisces coming up on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Oh yeah, I said it. It's coming up. I'm coming up. Yeah. I feel like Sagittarius, I feel like you don't give a fuck. That's what I feel like. I honestly do. I honestly feel like in terms of I'm getting the cards all prepped for you. Oh, and no, yes, there's always an extended video that's linked to this video. The link is down below. That's where I do the extended, like the tarot card reading. That's complimentary to this reading. It goes a little bit more in depth. And I also do the romance reading. Yep, that's both in one. That's one video. The link is below. All right, so because you're Sagittarians, I know you just followed that. Totally made sense to you. Probably wouldn't make sense to anybody else. Thank you so much, guys. I honestly feel like you don't give a fuck this week. I honestly feel like that's your attitude. You're almost like, I don't give a fuck. You're just doing you. You're living your life. You're not letting people cut. People have tried to tear you down. They've tried to throw stones. They've tried to rip at you. And every fucking time, you just turn around with sass and class. Maybe not so much class, but definitely sass. And you don't give a fuck. And I feel like you're like out loud in people's face this week of that I'm gonna laugh out loud and I'm gonna live my life and I'm gonna laugh at you while I'm laughing out loud and you're not gonna give a fuck. So that's your energy. That's the energy that's coming through this week. And Sagittarius, good on you. I hear you. I hear you and I feel you because I feel like that's your reaction to a bunch of shit that's been thrown at you lately. And I get it. I get it. And you don't need to take it. We're not going to take it. No. Remember Dee Schneider? Was the ugliest looking woman I've ever seen. That man should not wear makeup. But whatever. Holy moly. Yeah, you're definitely in that mode of just, I don't give two shit. But you kind of do. That's the sort of the subverted reality of your circumstance this week, is that you kind of actually do. Nothing is wasted. For you, almost like you see the way this vulture is standing. It's like he's flashing people. He's like, wah, he's just standing there, all kinds of I don't give a fuck. You can see my bloomers underneath. Oh, you want to talk about my shit? Look at my bloomers. There you go. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. There you go. You're just letting it all lay out this week, Sagittarius, because you don't give up. You don't. It's like, oh, you think you can talk about me? You think you can come at me? Oh, okay, well, here you go. It's just laid bare. And you're doing it to yourself. And you're doing it so that you laugh before they laugh. And if they laugh, it's because you made them laugh. You know what I'm saying? It's like that divine comedy kind of thing. And it's also the message of the card, nothing is wasted. You are not wasting a second of the opportunity that you have to piss people off who are already pissed off at you, to make fun of people who tried to criticize you, and to entertain those people, and to really make people happy. Ooh, life is taking off. Woo! Jet speed ahead. Something is popping off for you this week, Sagittarius, in that it's whatever you're doing, you're going to get a lot of attention for it. You're going to get a lot of notoriety for it. Like positive motion. Whatever tried to keep you back, it's not working. It's not in any way, shape, or form. Life is definitely speeding up. Yeah, and I feel like you were like laid to waste. Like people were trying to pick off you and eat off you and like pick at your dead bones. Like they thought they could do it to you. They just forgot who you were. Oh, no, no, no. No, I don't get criticized. I criticize you. Believe in yourself. So you be squirreling. This could have to do with a Virgo, Gemini. But essentially, this is definitely a lot of Virgo energy this week. It's about building something that actually matters to you. And I think that that's the bottom line of this week, is that underneath this almost like rebel yell of yours this week is like, but I actually care about what I do. It actually matters to me. And when you criticize me and try to bring me down, it does affect me. It not only pisses me off, but it turns me into somebody that I don't want to be, which is somebody that's cynical. It's somebody that's angry. And you don't want to be bogged down with that kind of shit. You just want to be able to live your life and be happy and be healthy and be doing your thing, because the truth is, generally speaking, I know there are some really bad examples of all zodiac signs out there, but generally speaking, you just want to do you. That's all you're ever really trying to do. You're not trying to hurt anybody. You're just trying to do you and build your shit and work on your shit and keep creating and keep going and keep moving and just keep on keeping on. And this is what you're trying to do. And honestly, there's something taking off in the fall. That's what's coming out for you. Like life is speeding up and we're like bum rushing into the fall. It's almost like you can't wait to get there because something exciting is happening. And even though people tried to pick your raw bones and you had to make a fool out of yourself to make everybody laugh, you're happy about it. And that actually put the crown right back on top of your head. Woo, bloomers. You're like, woo. Seriously, make them laugh. Make them laugh. That's your whole thing this week. It's like make them laugh. And you're using that gift of comedy to literally just like diffuse all the tension so that even the people who were taking themselves too seriously don't take themselves too seriously, because you don't want that kind of energy around you. There's definitely a project that you've been working on for a while and you don't mind the investment. This was like a long-term commitment for you. This is a general reading, so it doesn't necessarily mean an actual long-term commitment. It just means that this was a long-term commitment. This is like you've been putting a lot of effort into it and you've been watching this grow slowly. And it also was a call back to remembering who you are. Like, morally speaking, the way that you can pop off at people, the way that you can get pissed off, the way that you can like take things, be too sensitive, the way that you can not watch your words, but underneath, I feel like you had an actual like heart to heart with yourself or with somebody that you trusted. And you were like, what really matters to me? What's important to me? Because that's really what I want to focus on, and that's what I want to help to cultivate. Yeah, in other words, yeah, there is something that you take very seriously here. Now you're you, so you're never going to let it, you're going to take it very seriously, but you're never going to like be too serious about it. But you do take it very seriously. It's something that you worked on for a very long time. And I feel like this fall, it's popping off. It's popping off. It's gonna like, you're either gonna debut, you're either getting that job, you're like, it's popping off. Whatever it is, Sagittarius, that you've been working on for so long. You were just hamming it up. I don't know what those cards are so stuck right now. That's interesting. I'm trying to look. Sagittarius. The cards are a little bit wonky for you. Yep. It's like all it's doing is restating, sing your own song. It's just restating what I actually just said. So maybe that's where your message, like that's it. And we just have to go to the over to Vimeo in for the extended, because all it's doing is reiterating the fact that you just got to be you. And this is what you've come back to. Is who you truly are, your authentic self, and just being light and just being fun and happy and living in the moment. This could actually have to do with you actually playing music or singing songs, or somehow, because look it, you've got two crowns. You've got the crown on the vulture, right? And you've got the crown on the canary. So both of them are birds. So they're about air and being light. They're also about messages. So a message from a vulture is that I do what I got to do when I got to do it. There's nothing that I don't look at and see an opportunity for. And that was your mentality. It's like you didn't close yourself off to opportunity. Maybe the best of the best wasn't coming in for you. Maybe it wasn't your ideal. It didn't matter. You took the opportunities that were given to you and you made it the biggest show possible. You made it everything that it could possibly have potential to be. You enjoy every single moment of your life, whether it was based on an ideal you had at one point or it doesn't matter, or another. You literally just run with things. And this is the mentality this week of just running with things. And one of those little things that nobody else paid attention to, that you invested in, that you believed in, that you planted the seed for, that you cultivated, it's taken off. This could have been actually your personal work. Like something that you organically created, composed, all on your own. There's this really interesting juxtaposition between the vulture and the canary, Sagittarius. It's like there's a younger energy coming from the canary, coming from this songbird. There's this younger energy. So maybe it was who, like, this week it could be who you were in the past goals that you had, that you're remembering and reconnecting with because you got off path and you took the opportunities that were presented to you, but they weren't authentic to you. And so you're getting back to that authenticity this week. Or it could be something that you're cultivating in somebody else, say a child of yours, that you're deciding to invest and support their dreams because maybe nobody supported yours. It's definitely a nurturing energy. It's definitely something that you're growing and cultivating this week, that you're putting. You're a future thinker anyway, though, Sagittarius. And literally, it's like you're developing something for the future. You're developing your future or someone's future. You're cultivating the future this week. That's what you're doing. And I will tell you this, it's working for you. Even if you're being criticized for it, it's working for you. Trust in divine detours. Scorpio got that out backwards too. I wonder if you're dealing with Scorpio, or you might be a Scorpio cusp. See, you might be looking in the wrong direction for something. It's almost like you've taken too many detours and you've gotten too off track, Saggy. And now maybe what you're working on, what you're cultivating is just more of that. It's not that you're being insincere at all. It's just about bringing, like, trying to remember this week what your original goal was that you set out for. Because for some reason I feel like there was it's like you were doing too much. You were doing so much. You were involved in so much activity that you could have actually been laying waste to yourself and bare bonesing yourself. And not giving yourself the opportunity or the credit that you deserve, or taking too many options from too many people. Like not setting your standards high enough for who you let in your life. This is all over the place. That's what this energy is, all over the place. I know I'm having fun with you guys, but this energy is literally all over the place. It's like you've literally steered too far away from, like you've gotten too distracted. It is, like, you have continued to work, absolutely. But it's like you're doing so much, you're so active, that I see some hungry eyes on this canary. Sagittarius, is this you? Somebody's got some hungry eyes for this songbird. Maybe this is somebody either sweating you or you're sweating them. And they're a little thing. They're not going to fill you up. And you know it. You know it. You're sitting up there all old school. They're not going to fill you up. But they're just distracting you right now. And I feel like that's what it is. You've done a lot of work recently. You've been doing a lot of work. But it's a lot of work on something that was a distraction. Something that was never meant to be that serious or for you to put that much time or energy into. And it's taken you off of course. And like this, it's like you're moving so fast, you haven't realized how off course you are. And I think this week you finally may realize, it's like because you will finally come back around to something that you actually do love. And you're like, holy shit, how did I let this go for so long? Yeah. That's what's going on. You've been doing so much work. You've been so active. And you let this specific, if it was a person or an opportunity or a goal or a dream, it's this little canary songbird. You went too far off course for this project. And it distracted you from who you are, really, from your talents, your core talents, your other talents, or your goals, your ambitions. You know, like it distracted you too much from your full capabilities, from all that you're really worth. Like you're trying to be too much. You're trying to be everything instead of focusing on that one thing that you do. Like, I feel like you do a lot of things well because you're clever and you can figure shit out. But at the same time, it's like you've been so busy engaging specifically this songbird, this birdie for you, whatever it was, if it was a girl, if it was a guy, if it was a distraction, romantic interest, project, whatever it was, you got too distracted. You got too pulled away. It was not a good detour. They were detours that distracted you from your divine purpose. Too caught up. And now this week you're realizing, like, it's taking, like, life is speeding up. It's like too much is happening. Too much is happening this week. You're getting a lot of attention. That's great. But you're going to realize this week, how did I get here? It's like you're finally coming back. You're finally coming back around to what you really, really love. Because you've been so distracted and so involved in all the other shit around it. And you need to come back home, not necessarily real home, but home to what you really, really, really care about. And finally, I think you're doing that. You're doing that this week. Or at least you're realizing, I got too caught up in this other shit. I need to stop. Yep, see the big picture. I do. I feel like you just became way too focused on this one thing. This one opportunity. This one distraction. More and more, I feel like this is a person. This little songbird here. That's what it is. Tweet, tweet, tweet. And it's distraction. It's a distraction. Like, it's like you've been chasing this little songbird all around. And it's been turning your life upside down. For what reason? It's not even going to fill you up. It's like a mouthful for you. It's why are you doing this? And I don't think you're doing it because it was fun, because it was playful, because it was interesting. For you, you thought it was an opportunity. But now this week, you coming back around to your full self. You're seeing a really big picture, like the broad picture. Like people were trying to get at you. They were criticizing you and you got really defensive, which threw you even more off track. You got really defensive on their criticisms of you, which gave you something to fight about. And you cultivated that. And it was another distraction. And it's all have to do with this one circumstance, this one person. It's just more and more distraction. Fighting for it, justifying it, trying to help it, trying to build it. You became too focused on that. And you really lost a big old other part of you. And now that's coming back around. This week, you're gaining a broader perspective. And that sort of aerial view or overview is helping you realize, oh shit, I gotta step back. Because this isn't as good for me as I thought it was. Miracles are endless. This is another card that Scorpio got, along with, I feel like somehow you're either a Sagittarius Scorpio cusp, or this doesn't have to be just for you. It's that you're distracted from the real beauty of your life. Just it's very similar to Scorpio. Maybe even go watch that reading. You're focused on the wrong person, or you're focused on the wrong people, or your focus is in the wrong direction. Your heart is in the right place, but your focus is in the wrong direction. Really. And you need this aerial, this overview, this perspective to return you back to what's really important. It's like you just have been having almost too much fun being lost. And now, and then defending yourself for being lost, even though you really shouldn't have been defending yourself for it. You really, like, that's what it is. People were criticizing you, but the criticisms were actually fair. And you shouldn't have been defending yourself for it, but you defended yourself for it because you wanted to keep being lost. It's almost like you cared more about winning an argument than what the argument was actually about, because it kept you distracted and it was so much fun. Or it was just, you just wanted to win the argument. But it was all this distraction based on this one little, could have been a child. It could have been a significant other. It could have been any. I feel more and more it's about a person, and you got too wrapped up in them and their stuff and their life, and you just forgot about your own and your own purpose. And this week is really helping to balance you out and clarify those things for you. Yeah. Or it's going to send you some warnings. But I really honestly feel like you're experiencing something this week that you haven't experienced in a long time. You're coming back around to something that's very authentically you. And you're actually like, oh shit, I missed this. And what the fuck have I been doing? It's like you kind of got a taste of your own medicine in that you realized how much you missed something you didn't know you missed. And what all the criticisms were really about was to try to get you back to there sooner. It wasn't trying to force you to be somebody you're not. It was trying to like force you to focus on the best of you and not be all distracted with this other shit. The miracles are endless. Once you realize this and you realign, with like, you get your mind, you like get your feet settled, and you get your mind off of what has been distracting you, you're going to be so much happier. It's really your own stubbornness that got you kind of caught up. Or this could be going on right now, and you're just caught in your own, like, sort of like stubbornness web type of thing. But no, this week I feel like coming through is like, there's just so many blessings and so much abundance that have followed you anyway, and that are there for you to have, even though you put them at risk. You put them at risk when you didn't intentionally put anybody at risk, but you put them at risk when you got distracted with all this other shit, or when you fought too hard for something that you shouldn't have fought on. You just should have been like let down your guard, let down your defense, and listen. But that's not what you did. And I think you kind of even cultivated the craziness because it was fun. And now you get it. And you literally, you came out unscathed. It's a miracle. But you do that, don't you? It's like Father Jupiter loves his Saggies. And he always comes through for you guys. And that's what this is. This is like the Jupiter card. Or it could be Taurus. But this is abundance. That's what this card is. There's so much happiness, but this is wholesome happiness that you're back to again. This isn't like picking off scraps. This is wholesome and going so fast you're almost driving yourself crazy and loving it. It's like spinning around and around and around and around and then laughing when you fall down. Like, that's kind of what I feel like you were doing to yourself. But now it's like you're back. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot how wonderful not being dizzy can feel. So you've come back down to earth this week. And it's a real good place for you because there's a lot of abundance. I'll either see you next week, Sagittarius, or I'll see you over on Vimeo so we can dig real deep into what the hell is going on here and read your romance cards. See you soon.